What up, thinkers? Quizmaster Jack here with week 37 of Buzzword's pop culture and sports offering. 20 questions total. I'm going to play all of them for you. And we're going to try to hear as little of them as possible. Target score for pop culture that we're trying to get past. It's 114. 114 is the goal. Let's see what they got.
The Search for This Man titles a 2014 Ian Chaney documentary. A creation named for this man may have been developed by Peng Chong Quay, but New York City's Shunli Palace also claims credit. For 10 points, what Qing Dynasty military leader names a...
No. It's General So. Of General So's chicken. Starting out with a food one. That's a good question. That was a good question. There's a lot of ins there. I didn't quite pick up on them, but a good question.
On this show, Isaac hides cash inside rice cookers that play the song Since You've Been Gone. This show begins at the Forsters' home improvement store, where Danny almost crashes into Amy's car. Stephen Yun and Ali Wong play...
that's... Oh, beef, not fresh off the boat? Oh... Yeah. It's Randall Park. Yep, those are different people. Ooh, that's a bad buzz. Bad buzz on my part. Somebody else made the same mistake as me, though, so...
This game is the subject of a YouTube series in which Panacoic 2012 completes it with minimal use of the A button.
Alright, yep. Back on track. Super Mario 64. The big thing with that speedrun is they're trying to do it with the fewest button presses possible, to the point where they're talking about like half presses of a button. Like, does releasing the button count as a press? Because that has an effect on the game. It's a interesting speedrun. It's not really a... Was it an input run? A minimalist run. It's a interesting dissection of the game, and it's a Nintendo question that I got right, so I ain't gonna complain.
The chorus of a song by this group concludes, "I'm like, oh my god, this world is pretty harrowing." Their 2021 debut, which asks, "Is your muffin buttered?" is titled for a piece of furniture. Hester Chambers and Ryan Teasdale make up, for 10 points,
that sounds familiar,
what duo behind Too Late Now and Chaise Long.
Nope, I have no idea who this is. Okay, what's a... Maybe. Never heard of Wet Leg. Ooh, boy. I do not think I'm getting to 114 this week. Wet Leg? All right.
This character urges a man to watch Event Horizon to understand Einstein-Rosen bridges. She exclaims, "Let's bring the rainbow," when trying to devise a catchphrase. For 10 points, what woman dies of cancer while fighting Gore the God Butcher and was played by...
Okay. Yeah, man, I watched Love and Thunder and then like had a good time with it, but I think that's easily the weakest. I don't know, Dark World is not great either. And I got the sense that Taika Waititi didn't have his full heart in Love and Thunder, so it just kind of felt heartless. I think Natalie Portman did a good job as Dr. Foster coming back and being Mighty Thor, which I was thinking about putting in because I think that's usually what they call Dr. Foster's version of Thor in the comic books, Mighty Thor. But I decided to take that a little safer and say Dr. Foster.
On this show, a frequently injured character called Dandruff Tuba is voiced by Weird Al Yankovic.
Dandruff Tuba.
The protagonist proves that Crystal Cove's brain-removing serial killer is not Fred Jones.
Oh, that was a bad buzz. Yeah. No, how about this? Velma. Whew. Yeah, I should have let that one go. I was buzzing on Riverdale. That was not a good buzz. TV. Getting wrecked by TV. That's not how you make a good score.
This man wrote 2 songs, including High Balladry, about the lynchings of Laura and L.D. Nelson. This man's Ash recordings for Mo Ash at Folkways Records include a song that mentions the Redwood Forest and the Gulf Stream waters. For 10 points, what folk singer recorded This Land Is Your Land?
Is that Copeland? I think it's Joplin. I should know this. This is bad. Woody Guthrie. Yep, that's a much better answer. Oh, Woody Guthrie is one of those blind spots for me. I just always forget that he wrote This Land Is Your Land. All right. Already 4 questions wrong, and we got 3 to go. We'll put this one at the bottom. Put this week at the bottom.
During a 1980s storyline whose title used this adjective, Spider-Man's symbiote suit was acquired on a planet called Battleworld created by the Beyonder. This adjective names a 2008 crossover in which Skrulls organized and...
It's got to be Secret then. So that's Secret Invasion. That's the Skrulls, which was also the TV series. 2 Marvel questions. Then I think it's Secret Wars. Was that Spider-Man one they were talking about? Yeah, Secret Wars sounds right.
This word is the surname of a columnist who co-founded the It Gets Better project for LGBT.
Yeah, 19 on Savage. And they're talking about Dan Savage because he wrote Savage Love and started the It Gets Better project. At 19, I'm doing. Hey, if I know him, I know him, but if I don't know him, I don't get points, and that's just how it is.
A character in this film makes up the silly alias Harvey Manfred Jensenden while talking to Archie Leach's wife.
Oh, Archie Leach.
In this film, Otto eats animals from an aquarium to torture the stuttering Ken.
Oh, that's a fish called Wanda. Did a quick glance there to check that I was recording. So maybe if I didn't record it, then I wouldn't have to put it on YouTube. But I did, so I will. 89 points is not a good score. But I had some really strong buzzes. I maintained my video game position, most likely. And I got a 19 for the highlight reel. Let's kick it on over to sports, see if that's a little better this week. Oh, I'm recording already. Hey, what's up? Let's do some sports, huh? You know, like they say in sports, let's do those sports.
This starting quarterback won the playoff game that the Cowboys lost on Tony Romo's botched hold. In 2003, he threw a game-ending...
That's just Russ Wilson? Oh, Matt Hasselbeck. All right, I shot my shot because I knew the Romo messed up that hold against the Seahawks. So I named a longtime Seahawks quarterback and shot my shot, but it was a little too early for Russ Wilson there.
At an Olympics in this city, cyclist Knud Jensen became the most recent Olympian to die while competing. In this city, a sprinter who overcame childhood polio, Wilma Rudolph, won 3 gold medals.
Where did Wilma
Muhammad
Rudolph?
Ali won his gold medal at the 1960 Summer Olympics in, for 10 points,
Where's 60?
what Italian capital?
Oh, okay. 64 was Mexico City, because that's where Tommy Smith did the Black Power salute. But yeah, bailing me out with the giveaway there. And that was school. Probably basketball.
This school's 6 men's basketball Final Four appearances without a title is an NCAA record. In
Baylor,
the 1983
maybe?
and 1984 title games, NC State and Georgetown defeated this school, which featured Clyde Drexler on its Phi Slamma Jamma teams. For 10 points,
Clyde
what
Drexler
school shares
on?
a city with the NBA's Rockets?
Oh, it was Houston. Yeah, because Clyde Drexler went right from playing for Houston to playing for the Rockets. Just stayed in town.
In the 1980s, this sport replaced the push-in with the hit-in and mostly eliminated the bully-off. Between 1928 and 1956, every Olympic gold in this sport was won by India. A dimpled ball and a J-shaped stick are used in for 10 points.
Field hockey, then? Yeah, it's the only thing that made sense. For a while, I thought they were talking about roller derby, because having a bully off sounds like something that would happen in roller derby. Push in also sounds like something that would happen in roller derby. I took my medicine, sat on it, got to the point where field hockey was the only possible answer.
For abusing this man, 3 Cubs were ejected by umpire George Moriarty in the 1935 World Series. Before 1961, only Babe Ruth, Jimmy Fox, and this man had 58-plus homer seasons. In the 1934 pennant race, this first baseman did not play on Yom Kippur. For 10 points, name this Jewish Tigers slugger.
Oh, the Hebrew Hammer. What's his name? What's his name? Hank Greenberg, Hank the Hammer. Yeah. This is just not a good week for me.
In 2020, this man became the first head coach to lead 2 different NFL teams with losing records to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's Ron Rivera, because he did it for the Panthers when they won the NFC South with the 7-9 record, and then with the Commanders. I think they were the Washington football team at the time. Like, they got into the playoffs with like an 8-9 record. Riverboat Ron.
This man was elevated to COO in 2013, 3 years after the position was vacated by Bob Dupay. In a 2014 election, this man beat Tom Werner, a candidate supported by anti-labor owners such as Arte Moreno.
Manfred? Yeah, it's the MLB commissioner they were talking about the whole time. Well, it was really clear when they said Arte Moreno, because he's the owner of the Angels.
In 2003, a driver with this surname won the European Grand Prix just ahead of Williams teammate Juan Pablo Montoya. That driver's brother, who also has this surname, won 5 straight F1 titles with Ferrari from 2000 to 2004.
I'm just zoning out here.
This surname of German F1 drivers Rolf and Michael.
Oh, it's Michael Schumacher. I gave the very American spelling there, which I'm glad they took. I don't know anything about F1. I know a couple of the names, but outside of that, I was never going to get that one early.
In 2016, this NBA player missed a month after Ryan Anderson kneed him and he suffered a testicular injury.
Ooh.
In 2017, he preserved a 110-107 playoff overtime win with a block from behind of a game-tying 3 attempt by James Harden. For 10 points, what Hall of Fame Spurs guard is from Argentina?
Is that Vlade Divac? Manu Ginobili. That's a much better answer. That answer's so much better. Oh, that answer's so much better for a bunch of reasons. All right, football now again. This has got to be football.
Don Cherry labeled this team a bunch of jerks for its choreographed celebration.
It's the Hurricanes. You take a 20 on the Hurricanes, though, off of Don Cherry being a real jerk. Because the Hurricanes had, like, the cool winning things that they did. Go out and, like, play dodgeball one time. They, played tag, I think. They're just having a good time winning. And Don Cherry's out here like, no, you're having too much fun when you win. I'm Don Cherry. Look at my weird tie. Anyway, a strong finish to a very bad week for me performing at Buzzword for you. Anyway, hope you had a good time watching. my futility. And hope you will like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out all the other videos on the channel. And if Buzzword seems like a fun game to play, which it is, even when you don't get a lot of questions right, you can head on over to naqt.com/buzzword to check out their offerings. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, thinkers. We'll see you next time.